Adrian, huge congratulations to you and your Leigh Centurions. You have consistently been phenomenal this season, and this is so well deserved. How do you feel?
Yeah, over the moon at the moment. It's been a long season and it's come around pretty quickly at the end here, so just try to soak up the atmosphere here at the moment.
I mean, you were confident, you knew that the pressure was on you, you were favourites to win, but ultimately... I was not expecting that! I don't know if you can see that, but I have just narrowly missed getting absolutely soaked. Thank you so much for Kev Brown for giving me the heads up. That Adrian Lam has just been soaked. Hey, Adrian, what is this? What have you been covered in? Is it just water?
It's probably, yeah, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I tell you what, I am so grateful that Kev Brown gave me the heads up then. Otherwise, I think I might have taken the brunt of that for you there, Adrian. But even that in itself just shows they're all looking at me like there's another one coming. I'm on edge here, lads. That shows. You can have a word with them later. That just shows the camaraderie and what a great group you have, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, this group, when I signed in December, we only had 7 players, and we've built it up as we've gone along. We didn't have a pre-season with a whole lot of them, so we've had to try and find some momentum going through the season, but the players we brought in were certainly quality, and that helps always, you know, but the key was just to make sure that they were happy and playing together as a group, and we did that.
Going into this game tonight, how nervous were you that you've been so good all year that it came down to one game?
Yeah, we've been doing this forever, and you want to be calm, and you think you are until the sort of moment comes and there's nerves that creep in, and you just go through the process of trying to swipe them away and stay positive through it all, and that's all we can do. You know, from our best performance to our worst this year there's been hardly any difference between it, and the consistency that the boys have had has certainly put them in a good position to perform tonight, you know, and we earned the right to have a home game here, which we knew was going to be beneficial for us even from the start of the year. I think it's a big one, but to have all of our fans here and singing like they did was just a great atmosphere and a feel of what's to come, I suppose, next year.
Adrian, you mentioned the fans there, 7,000 in tonight, 7,000 plus. What kind of impact does that have on the players, and are they aware of how special of a town this is for rugby league?
Yeah, I think, you know, when I first signed, there's always risk in thinking about taking a step backwards in the championship as a coach. It's always a risk to do that, but there's also some positives, and part of the positives were that we could recruit players in here and build a side that could compete at this level, and with that came convincing the league crowd that things were on the up, you know, and just the conversations I've had with Derek Beaumont and Chris Chester and Neil Jukes, just those have been so positive, and to bring some credibility, I believe, back to the town. You know, there's been some tough times here over the last whatever time before, and we needed to make up for that, but then, you know, also get some faith around and get people back to the games, and we did that this year.
Well, you've certainly done that, haven't you? And a lot of the players that you've brought in, you know, some are huge characters there, Adrian, and obviously that takes some managing, and just how difficult, how easy has it been to do that, and are you ready, I suppose, for next year when the intensity goes up, and are the players going to be ready for that as well?
Yeah, it's been a real difficult process, this, and I learned a lot as coach, just because trying to recruit and sign players when you're not guaranteed a Super League position, when you're talking Super League contracts and everything like that. So it's definitely something that probably needs to change, in my opinion, moving forward with the championship. But the players that we've brought in have been a great bunch of people. In all my time, it's probably the best crew of people I've ever had in my life, and that helps. You know, it's a key. It's a key to success. If you've got them all on the same page, that helps. So that's certainly, you know, played its part.
Yeah, this year you was quite clearly heavily favourites for promotion. That comes with a different kind of pressure. Next year, what are your goals, what are your plans? It's a different competition, Super League. What will your goals be for the club next season?
Well, for me personally, I don't want to even talk about because the relegation side of things, or everyone's talking about staying up. Like that's not for me. Like I won't go down that path. I'm more about having that belief from what we do. You're in a similar process, I guess, as well, and just making everyone understand what we're about, because, you know, we've invested quite well. There's a lot of players coming next year. I've signed for 2 years. I'm contracted here now for another 2 years. That's official now, so, you know, that's great, so that we know that there's a pathway there. We have an understanding with the owners that where we want to be, and that's all exciting. And, you know, as long as we get the right people in the positions, but there will be a bit of a rotation with players.
And Adrian, how important have you found it having a head of rugby involved at the club? Obviously having Chris Chester there. How have you found that dynamic for yourself, and what are your thoughts on that moving forward?
Oh, look, Chris Chester has been unbelievable here, and having experience in Super League and being the voice between the admin or the boss and myself has been outstanding, and that's why it's worked so well. Because I know, Derek is passionate and he is a little bit out of control at times. I know he'll be okay with me saying that because he is, but because he loves the club, and we need people like him in our sport at every level. And with these new changes that we're talking about with IMG and how we move forward, we need that financial backing. Otherwise, we don't survive. But to answer your question, Chris Chester has been unbelievable, mate. Like a breath of fresh air for me and someone to work with. And I think moving forward, he'll play a part, hopefully, with the RFL in the future in some capacity at the administration level.
And Adrian Lam, you and your Leigh Centurions have been unbelievable as well. Congratulations on leading them to the Super League, and thank you as always for one final time for joining us here on Premier Sports. It's been an absolute pleasure week in, week out, just watching you and chatting to you. We'll let you go and join the lads and dry off.
Thanks,
now.
guys. Appreciate
go
it.
get them back, Adrian. Thank you so much. Huge congratulations, Adrian Lam there.